welcome back to Shakhtar Glory, episode 64. Last time out, if you missed it, we played our Red Bull or RB Salzburg in the penultimate game number 5 of the Champions League group. I think, if I recall, that secured not only our passage to Champions League, but I think maybe also top spot. We'll have a look at the group in a second. It's been a bit of a while since I recorded a Shakhtar. I've been dying to get back on it, but I've been filming, recording and editing all the the experiments for Experiment Week last week. If you did miss them, or that wasn't something you're interested in watching, and it was the reason Shakhtar was off last week, but part of that also, not just to get those out, but also to get this a little bit ahead. We're coming up, obviously this is the last group game now. We've got the winter break, and then we've got until I think February-ish until we play again. So I need a bit of time to get through the league games, get through the winter break, and get into a point where I can record again. So what should we look at? We're going to look at the group stage and how we've done since the last episode. So we'll jump in with the last episode first of all. And so Red Bull Salzburg was the last game. So since then we've played Olympic Donetsk in the league. Barakier with 2 goals. He was the main man this game. He's only 2.5 star current ability in the compared to the rest of the team, but he does just get the goals. If you look at him this season, he's got 15 and 15. Well, 15 and 15 if you take the 2 sub appearances, and he's just a man possessed. He's just better than his stats suggest. They're not bad stats. He's just better than his stats suggest. So then we had Stahl away. All these up to this point now away games. 2 of the 3 were away. So we had Stahl, who were the bottom team. We made hard work of this game. We won 2-0 in the end, and we did get a player sent off on 88 minutes. And we were only 1-0 up at that point, so it was thinking, they were starting to work their way back into the game. But as you can see, we're playing a heavily rotated squad in all these games. We're trying to give a few different players some game time, some successfully, some not so. Stephen Gray's getting plenty of game time in goal, so I'm hoping to see him and his attributes just rocket up, and he lives up to be the expectations we hope. And he could hopefully end up being our number 1 goalkeeper, rather than having to go out and buy one, hopefully. But if we have to go out and buy one, that's what we'll do, and maybe keep him as a backup. Shevchenko's not young anymore, and Pietov's probably going to retire at the end of this season, or just be hanging around as a player to help train and tutor. We then played Ilichevets. There was absolutely no highlights in the first half of this game. It was the most drab. I'm glad I don't do all the domestic stuff. A lot of the time there's a lot of goals and a lot of action. This game, okay, it ended 3-0. It was drab. The first half, absolutely nothing happened. There was no shots on target from 12 shots for us. They didn't even have a shot. So Mohamed got 1, Romero got 1, and Nabry got 1. Romero come off the bench. The others started. Nabry was probably the only bright spark in this game. He got 2 assists. He was the only one that came out with any sort of degree of respect at this game. Gray may be in goal, but I mean they had 1 shot, so he didn't have too much to do. But you see other situations, that shot goes in. So if we look at the Champions League group, just trying to whiz through this bit. This thing seems to take me longer than it should, and I know it has now. So yeah, we can't be caught by Real Madrid, but we do want to go, and they can't be caught by Leverkusen either, for that matter. So this is kind of a dead rubber. But we're going to maybe try and we do want to go through on a higher. In fact, we will play a full-strength team. They are missing James Rodriguez, Vinicius Jr. He's that young Brazilian they've signed, isn't it? Hasn't got a cap from Brazil yet. He hasn't really played, so he's not surprised he's unregistered. He's out spraining ligaments. Casemiro out and Marco Asensio out. We've got 10 players unregistered, but I mean they're fringe players. Let's be honest. So here are the lineups. We go with Babacar leading the line. We've got Rodrigo and Boyachuk on the right hand side. Boyachuk I think it's his first game back since injury, so he's going to be lacking match fitness. Hopefully we've got someone on the bench that can cover him. Yeah, Barakier can if we need to, or Nabry. Fred, and we've got Hurtado back, pretty much first game back since injury as well. I think he's had a couple of sub appearances just to get his fitness up. We've got Malashev just behind, then Leo, Tello, Ordets and Lukacevic, Shevchenko as well. Interesting to note, we have got Tello sitting on a yellow card, so we may have to look at hooking him sort of in this game at some point. They go Benzema, Koeman, Martins, Jimenez. No space for Ronaldo. Is he on the bench? He's on the bench. We've got Herrera, Kovacic, Ronaldo, Martinez, Van Dijk, Carvajal and Casilla. We've also got Asensio on the bench, or I think he's injured, carrying a knock. Sanchez on the bench, Marcelo on the bench. Strong bench. So like we said before, be good to go out with a win and end up with sort of 17 points on the board and just a bit morale booster, all that sort of stuff, and just keep the morale high. But if we lose this game or we don't win this game, it's not the big deal. We can't finish below first spot. And we launch the ball there. Can Boychuk get on the end of it? He does. Can he do something with it? Can he beat his man? No, he finds into Fred, who puts Hurtado through, and it's a good shot, but saved by Casilla. Okay, Hurtado to Boychuk. He has picked up a knock. Fred Malashev, and he buries it bottom corner. I'm getting really excited and hyping up this game, but I mean, really, it's a dead game. It's Real Madrid. We have to bring you Real Madrid, don't we? If Real Madrid come up, you have to play them. But Boychuk slides it into Fred. Good ball to Malashev, and on the first time off the post and in. But Boychuk is carrying a knock. He'll get through to half time, I think, okay. But we're going to have to then look at bringing him off, and I think it will probably be, Barakye coming on. Oh, good save there, but Coman taps into an empty net. Not quite sure what the keeper was doing there. We'll have a look. I think it hits the post. It does. But he dives off the pitch. What's he doing? So we go into half time by the looks of it. Yep. Audette has picked up a yellow card, which isn't ideal because we'd be looking to take off Tello before he gets booked. But we obviously don't want to risk going down to 10 men either. So we're going to... Straight away, we're going to... who do we bring on? We're going to bring Barakye on. He's got a goal threat there. Not ideally suited to the role. But we're shooting left to right now in the orange, of course. The famous orange against the famous whites. Gelson Martins. He just walks through. Oh, they put it wide, thankfully. Seems to be all Real Madrid at the moment, but we do snatch it back. Babacar, can he do something? Obviously a famous Real Madrid player in my old FM11 save. Can we grab it there? Looks like it could be a penalty. It is. Not the one I thought it was, not the first one, but there was a second bite there, and it's probably Malashev again. It is. Can he get his second of the game? He's fantastic at penalties, and he dispatches it. Keeper goes the right way, but I don't think he's any way stopping that from what it looked like. Let's see how good a penalty it was. Obviously, it's gone in, so it's fantastic, but... Is that a floodlight just blasting down the middle of the screen then? Never seen that before. So 2-1 at the Bernabeu, and we can be delighted with this. We can maybe look at making some changes soon. Oh, speak too soon. Speak too soon. And Tello wins it back. Calm as you like. What are you doing, Shevchenko? What are you doing? Hurtado, you got to win that, mate. He doesn't. And we're under all sorts now, and the keeper's just put us in all sorts of trouble here. Although it's in the middle of the pitch. Can we snatch it back before there's... Can we put that threat out? We're never really getting control of it, but someone needs to... Oh, Martin to skip past his man again. Coman. Looks like he hits the post again and doesn't get a lucky rebound this time. Now, no one's struggling too much. They're struggling. They've got a lot of players on 66 and low 70s. We're still sort of high 70s, low 80s. Hurtado, it's Tello. Babacar, can you do something? Someone's done something. It's Barakye. I think it's Barakye off the bench. He's a goal machine. It's going to pain me to sell him. I don't think it'll be in... It may even be in January. I'm going to do another little review. That's another reason the experiment week to a degree, because I want to do a little bit more of a thorough in-depth look at the team I've got. Great finish. At the team we've got here and the players that fit the systems best. And Barakye probably is a victim of that, but he just gets goals wherever I play him. And Shevchenko should deal with that, and he does. And they're bringing it forward again. We did win it back, but it's... Oh, so... And they've equalised. Alexis Sanchez is on, and Shervy, I'm not sure. He scores the goal anyway. Sanchez just slides it through. I mean, we've got enough men there to deal with that, and he just knocks it past them. But they are struggling for fitness. If we can put some fresh legs in there. Rodrigo isn't playing well. We've had to obviously been forced into one change already, so I can't make the complete number of changes I want to. Babacar apparently is playing well. Hurtado is doing better than Fred, but he's got better conditioning, Fred. Fred does die off a lot in games, so we're going to bring Hagen in. Oh, they scored again. What do we do? And Nabry for Rodrigo. We're not going to make that defensive change. After all, we need to go for the goal. Hang on, did we... No, yeah, they've equalised. I don't know why I was saying they took the lead. They equalised. Gelson Martins knocks it down, and a strike that is by Servi again. Causing us all sorts of problems off the bench, I think. Pretty sure he's off the bench. No, did he start down the middle? He might have started down the middle. Leo, you have to get there. He does. Hagen. Ordets. Lukacevic. Into Barakier. We're looking good here. Can we? And Alexis Sanchez. He's got acres of space to run into here. But Shevchenko makes a save. I thought he just scuffed that wide, but he makes a save. Now, need to be on our guard here. Asensio is on the pitch, but he is injured. Drops to Gelson Martins. Kovacic. He's absolutely shattered as well. If we can nick it off him, he ain't getting back at us. We do, but it goes out for a throw. Servi's picked up a knock now. So you can see they've got quite a few injuries, and they've made all 3 subs as well. As have we, of course. So if we get an injury now, we're in a similar position. But he plays Boakye through. Can he square it? He does. Nabry's there, and he taps it in. Rodrigo wasn't having much joy out on that left-hand side today, but Nabry comes on the pitch, and pretty much the first time I've seen his name pop up, and he gets the goal. And as it stands, the other game, Leverkusen and Salzburg, I'm guessing is a draw, because Leverkusen are looking like they're going to snatch that Europa League spot. Didn't look like they were going to be getting anything to start the campaign. Still a couple minutes of extra time, injury time to be played. Not sure where that's all come from, 5 minutes to be fair, but... and Hurtado gives the ball away. Not quite at full sharpness at the moment, but Leo snatches it back. Babacar. Barakier into Hagen, and he drags his shot wide. Could have put the game out of all doubt. Casilla. Leo's got to win that. He does. Down to Nabry, Hurtado, Babacar. Good hold up play, and Hagen didn't quite have the legs to get through. And I thought we had that, but an injured player is running through, which means he's probably going to score. And now Shevchenko gathers. There's about a minute left to go. I mean, this last extra time's had more incident than that Ilichevets game that we talked about in the league. And Alexis is through again. Good save by Shevchenko. They don't deserve it. I'd say we don't. They probably do deserve a draw, but at this point, fires that wide. Being 4-3 up in injury time, if we let that go now, I'd be very disappointed. Okay, can you win that? He does, and the referee blows for full time. Like I said at the start, it wasn't vital, but how much of a morale booster is beating Real Madrid at the Bernabeu 4-3? Okay, that took slightly longer to record than expected. We had a game in between, which I didn't even notice, but it was Zerka, so we'll have a look at that, see how we quickly got on. Just try and whiz through that. But 4-2 win. As you can see, they had 2 shots on target. Well, you can't actually see it because it's not showing the match stats right now, but they had 2 shots on target and they scored both of them. They had 8 shots in target and 8 shots in total. Most of those came at the end as they pushed. They got 90th minute one back. We should have had a lot more. We had something like 23 shots and 19 on target, and just highlight after highlight. But it just wouldn't go in. Complete rotation again, as you can see. Butko's back from injury, so he figured a bit. He got 2 assists. Again, he's one that's on the fringe, on the verge of leaving, but 2 assists. He's a good player, and he's a homegrown player as well. So it's going to be a tough one. But he's 29. He hasn't got a lot of the attributes I'm looking for. A few of the his personality I think isn't the best as well. So looking at him going out, but Vezeo gets a hat trick. Sodu Mohammed getting the other one. Comprehensive win should have been a lot clearer, and we shouldn't have probably conceded 2 either. So a bit disappointing. But we go into the draw now, and in the unseeded pot, which is good, but there's some tough teams in that unseeded section, no doubt about that. So it is the unseeded teams come out first. So Atletico Madrid are out. We don't fancy them. Man United get them. Lyon, I'd take that. I think I'd take that. Man City. So both Manchester clubs come out. Who's looking at left? Dortmund, Real Madrid, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon's probably the one we go for there, isn't it? Tottenham come out. Seville. Liverpool. Monaco. Okay, this is getting tense now. Chelsea, we don't want Chelsea. How are Chelsea doing? Second. Yeah, no, we don't want Chelsea. We get Chelsea. Okay, I mean, of the teams in it, Dortmund are second as well. Real Madrid we can't get, of course. And then their league isn't selected. I think we would have preferred Sporting Lisbon, but they've got some good, fantastic young players that have probably, by this point, 4 seasons in, have progressed phenomenally. Who do they get? PSG, and we get Dortmund versus Porto, and Real Madrid versus Juventus. So we start away to Chelsea. We start away, which is probably how we'd like it, I think, and then take them back to our ground for the second leg. It's how we've historically done it quite well in the knockouts. We're going to wrap this up now. We get Chelsea. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do drop a like. While you're there, drop a sub on the channel. If you missed any of the episodes previously, they're all in the playlist. If you're just starting, again, they're all there in the playlist. If you want to catch up or just take it from here, that's all good. Yeah, drop any comments as well, either on here, on Twitter, ideally on here, on YouTube. I'll reply to them all, and if there's anything you want to know, anything you want to see. I've got a few leagues opened up, so if there's anything particular you want to see, maybe that just a bit different from the Shakhtar element, if there's a team you want to look at or some players, let me know in the comments. I'll reply and I'll have a look. If it's something you want to see, I'll try and pop it in one of the future episodes. I do record a little bit in advance at the time, so it may not be straight away, but I'll certainly pop it up in one of the episodes. So yeah, we'll wrap that up there now, like I said, and until next time, I'll see you later. Take care.